Uh, Green Sea Turtle, Chelonia midas, by Francisco Jimenez and Rebecca Lopez.
History. Green sea turtles come from Proganochelys, which lived 125 million years ago during the Triassic era. They were not aquatic animals and the neck and tail were covered by spines. It was discovered in Germany in 1880 as scientists call it the oldest known turtle. Types of green sea turtle. There are two types. The Atlantic green turtle, which is found in the Atlantic Ocean, Gulf of Mexico, and Mediterranean, and the East Pacific green turtle, found in southern California to southern Chile. Other common names are soap turtle and black turtle. They are called green turtles because their fur is green. Anatomy. Green sea turtles can grow up to a maximum of 4 feet and weigh 400 pounds. They have a small head compared to other turtles. And the continuum anatomy, the eye are round and hosted by orbits. Sea turtles see well underwater but are myopic in air. The nose is used to find prey. It can be used to smell both underwater and in the air. The mouth contains no teeth. They are sharp and beak-like. Carapace is brown or olive. Is wide and smooth, flattened teardrop shape. The plastron is the ventral portion of the turtle, and the color is white or yellow. Front flippers propel the turtles throughout the water, and the back flippers provide direction and stability.
Habitat. There are three types of habitat green sea turtles benefit from. Beaches for nesting, open ocean convergence zone, coastal areas for benthic eating. Nesting of green sea turtles ranges over 80 countries. They usually nest in tropic beaches. They inhabit coastal over 140 countries. But basically, the green sea turtles are all over the world. Here is a clear picture of areas that sea turtles usually appear. On the light blue area, that's the convergence zone where the sea turtles roam. On the dark blue area, that's where the sea turtles perform their benthic eating in coastal areas. And the red dots are countries where sea turtles perform nesting. Feeding. Adult green sea turtles are herbivores. They usually feed on algae and seagrass. They have finely serrated jaws adapted for their vegetarian diet. On the other hand, juvenile green sea turtles are carnivorous. They feed on cnidarian jellyfish and other invertebrates. Behavior. Baby sea turtles usually remain solitary. Adult sea turtles are also not social until it's time to mate. Besides mating, they were also known to form feeding aggregations, also known as groups. In the graph, that was a 5-minute observation study. They studied sea turtles surrounded and not surrounded by recreational divers. The black bar being surrounded by recreational divers, the white bar being not surrounded by recreational divers. If you look at the bottom chart, it's usually the same. Sea turtles aren't really affected, but when it comes to the top graph, which are bouts of breath, sea turtles in a total amount have to take more bouts of breath when there are recreational divers present.
Life cycle. The life cycle of sea turtles starts when females leave the ocean to go to the beaches and lay their eggs. The, the incubation has a duration of 45 to 70 days. Then, after that, the hatchlings come to the surface and wait until night to go to the ocean. The reason why they wait till night is because they use the darkness to avoid detection by many predators on the beach and in the water. From the time the hatchling take the free swim until they return to coastal water as juveniles is referred to the lost years, because following sea turtles during this phase is difficult. It takes 10 to 50 years after hatchling adult to sea turtles reach sexual maturity and are able to mate. Females migrate to reproduce about every 2 to 4 years, and then the cycle begins again. Causes of extinction are coastal development, plastic and other marine debris, global warming, ocean pollution, entanglement in fishing gears, and diseases. From the video you will get that from 1,000 hatchling, only 2 made into adulthood. Okay. Human impact. Humans are responsible for the rapid decline of sea turtles population. The most common impacts are hunting sea turtles and egg science is a source of food for coastal communities. A development of houses in coastal areas, living umbrella stories beach share causes the turtles to be entangling, driving both since they can hit the turtle and hurt the shell, and using the shell to create jewelry.
Natural impact. Sea turtles must endure the presence of predators. 90% of hatchlings die, mostly eaten. Fishes, dogs, seabirds, raccoons, ghost crabs, and other predators are prey for eggs and hatchlings. Another cause of natural impact are hurricanes. Hurricanes wipe out nesting areas. 90% of nesting occurs in Florida. In 2004, scientists estimate that more than half of the sea turtles' nests on the coast of Florida were washed away by the 4 hurricanes hitting the coast. Fibropapillomas, a type of herpes/virus. The virus basically causes tumor growth. These growths can reduce vision, obstruct normal swimming and feeding, and increase susceptibility to secondary parasitism and infection. Mexico and Florida. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, also known as NOAA, announced they would be dividing the world traveling turtles into 11 distinct populations segments globally. This proved to be effective because they have reclassified the status of green sea turtles from endangered to threatened, but only in these 2 regions, which are Mexico and Florida. 2,250 nesting females are in Florida alone, when in comparison there was only a handful in 1970. Let's help them. Turn out lights visible from the beach. Hatchlings become naturally attracted to light caused from sunlight or the moon, which causes them to go towards the ocean. But if there are other lights such as flashlights or house lights, it could cause the hatchlings to go the wrong way. Reduce the amount of garbage one produces and clean up trash you see on the beach. Sea turtles sometimes become attracted to things they see and sometimes will try to eat it, even if it's a little piece of plastic. Be aware of sea turtle nesting areas and avoid nesting and hatching turtles.
Reduce the amount of chemicals you use and volunteer.